If you ever come to Sri Lanka, there is one hotel you absolutely must visit. Its name is Cinnamon Bentota Beach. Located in Bentota, this place sits where a long stretch of soft white sand, reminiscent of Boracay, meets the sea, and just behind it, a calm lagoon connected to the Bentara River lies quietly alongside. Here, the sound of the Indian Ocean's waves and the lake-like stillness of the lagoon flow together in the same place at the same time, each with its own rhythm. This is also one of the hotels where you can feel the presence of Sri Lanka's most celebrated architect, Jeffrey Bawa, more closely than anywhere else. But to say that nature and architecture alone are reason enough to visit somehow feels incomplete. What truly makes this hotel special is the genuine effort by most of the staff to make you feel not like a guest, but like a truly welcomed visitor. Before arriving, we did have some concerns. From photos alone, the building looked a bit dated, but once we arrived, we quickly realized how wrong that impression was. We could physically understand why this place is considered a symbol of modern Sri Lankan architecture and why it is often praised as the resort that best embodies Jeffrey Bawa's tropical modernism. It was nothing like the photographs. This is a place you must experience in person to truly appreciate. And the meaning of this hotel doesn't end with architecture. When the Sri Lankan government designated Bentota as the country's first national holiday resort, this hotel was planned as one of the core facilities of that tourism development project. Cinnamon Bentota Beach is not just a resort. It symbolizes the very beginning of Sri Lanka's modern tourism history. We were welcomed with the traditional Sri Lankan greeting, Ayubowan, which means, may you live long in good health, along with the sound of ceremonial horns. They even placed flower garlands around our necks. It felt almost overwhelming, as if we were receiving more than we deserved. We were GHA Titanium members, so perhaps that played a role. But honestly, we've never experienced such sincere, heartfelt hospitality simply because of a membership status. As we climbed the stairs, the first thing that caught our eye was the central courtyard. This space has remained in the same place since the hotel first opened in the 1960s. It felt at once like a monastery, a fortress, and somehow even carried an East Asian sensibility. It reminded us of Itami Jun's Poto Hotel in Jeju. Jeju has 4 distinct seasons. If this place also experienced seasonal change, we couldn't help but imagine how different this courtyard might look throughout the year. Looking up toward the reception area, our eyes were drawn to the stunning ceiling. It is a batik ceiling panel designed by Sri Lankan artist Anna de Silva and one of the hotel's most iconic artworks. Animals, the sun, the moon, and other natural symbols of Sri Lanka fill the patterns, instantly immersing us in a sense of nature and adventure. When the hotel reopened in 2019, this ceiling was restored with such precision that it's almost impossible to distinguish it from the original. Thanks to the hotel's generosity, we were upgraded to a coral suite. Inspired by coral reefs, the room featured cushions, fabrics, walls, and sofas in harmonious tones, while the extensive use of wood created an antique yet unmistakably resort-like atmosphere. Even though we had already received a welcome drink, we found a full bottle of champagne waiting in our room. Usually, hotels offer just a single glass. Seeing an entire bottle made us think, this place sets a different standard for welcome. The TV supported YouTube and Chromecast, and the shower and bathroom had an exotic ambience. The only area that could use a bit of improvement was the shower head. The hotel's dedication to preserving a traditional atmosphere, even keeping key-operated door locks, was admirable. However, the shower's water pressure was on the weaker side, and the overall design felt slightly inconvenient. That said, the ocean view from the room was stunning enough to outweigh these details. The sky, the shifting sunlight, and the shimmering reflections on the water were almost impossible to put into words. What made it even more special was a complete absence of noise or crowds. That sense of calm couldn't be captured on camera, which made it feel even more precious. Perhaps the moment was too moving. My husband quietly shed tears. At sunset, we could watch the massive sun slowly sink into the ocean. We discovered this by chance, lying on the outdoor sunbeds before heading back to the room. Ironically, you can't actually see the ocean from the sunbeds. Personally, we found the room to be the best place to enjoy the sea. The food at the poolside bar exceeded expectations, especially the French fries, which were surprisingly outstanding. Room service also felt like a proper, satisfying meal, not just something convenient. From the hotel, you can walk straight out onto the beach. The sand is incredibly fine. We went for a short run there one morning, and in that moment, we felt like we needed nothing else. The breakfast restaurant sits right beside the lagoon, allowing us to enjoy our meal while gazing at calm waters. From traditional Sri Lankan dishes to a wide variety of international options, everything was easy to enjoy. At the entrance, they pour yara tea, also known as yard tea, in a long flowing stream. It felt like a signature ritual of this place. After breakfast, you can take a walk along the lakeside or seek out the quietly hidden gym. The gym is tucked away at the far end of the lagoon path, almost like a secret spot. From the moment you enter, the artwork lining the walls makes you feel like you have no excuse not to work out. Unlike flashy modern hotels, walking through this property feels like strolling through an art museum with hidden details everywhere. In the evening, we were invited to a cocktail party exclusively for GHA members. Guests mingled naturally, and hotel managers personally introduced the property and answered questions. It felt like a hotel that doesn't just have a membership program, but truly understands what a membership should mean. The most impressive person we met was the guest relations officer, Mina. No matter where we went, we seemed to run into her, not only checking on us, but on every guest, making sure no one was uncomfortable. Her presence alone elevated the entire hotel to another level. Her service philosophy had clearly permeated the entire staff. At the cocktail party, we also learned that with 2 additional rooms planned, the hotel will have a total of 157 rooms and little over 300 staff members. That ratio felt ideal. Once a hotel exceeds 300 rooms, even the most famous brands tend to feel chaotic. During our stay, we truly felt that we were being treated as valued guests. This place gave us a new standard for what real service means. And at the center of it all were people. Even at checkout, the experience continued. We were bid farewell with a traditional song, and when we mentioned that our next stay would be at Cinnamon Life at City of Dreams, they said, "We'll contact them in advance and make sure they take good care of you." That single sentence, a willingness to take responsibility for our journey until the very end, made it clear how deeply this hotel thinks from the guest perspective. If someone were to ask us one day, "What was your best memory in Sri Lanka?" we would answer without hesitation, Cinnamon Bentota Beach. And if someone asked, out of all the hotels you've stayed in, which offer the greatest experience, our answer would still be the same. That's how exceptional this place is, as a destination, as a hotel, and as an experience. And so we left Cinnamon Bentota Beach carrying a deep and lasting afterglow. If you're visiting Sri Lanka and want the most balanced experience of nature, architecture, and people, make sure to visit the timeless Cinnamon Bentota Beach at least once.